Hi everyone, welcome back. I never know how to start these kind of play vlogs because that's what I'm gonna be doing. As you've probably noticed, I've not been active at all for over a week, and there's a good reason for that. But I found that just sitting down and talking with nothing going on, I don't know, I kind of got an what do you call it, aversion to it now. I find it actually easier to it's probably my ADHD brain, not to name everything ADHD, but I think it has something to do with that, where if I do something, hi Virginia, like play a game that I know really well, like The Forest, and then talk about what's going on, it helps me a lot more. And it will probably be a little bit more interesting for y'all to watch as well. You can watch me play, but also maybe listen to what I have to say. And maybe that softens the news a little bit as well. I don't know. I just find it quite a helpful setup. So for those who are new to the channel, I know I gained a lot of new followers, which I'm very grateful for. I'm sorry that you've come smack bang in the middle of tumultuous time. God, my brain is not doing English today. Yeah, so basically I'm just gonna play a little bit and then we'll get into it. So I'm just gonna give Calvin his, I thought it was a floating rock then for a second. I'm gonna give Calvin some fire. He's my special man and he deserves some heat in his life. I wish he would stay at the shelter though. Every time you start up he resets, which is very annoying. Virginia is also very annoying. Aren't you, Virginia? Yeah, you're not useful. But once I can find some weapons for her, she's going to be very useful. Oh, I already have too many of those. So basically this is the base that me and my friend Lily made since the game came out, and both of us really just enjoy going in this game when we have too much going on in our lives. I don't know what's so relaxing about it, because you get constantly attacked by cannibals and stuff like that. But I had that with the original Forest as well. After a while, you just kind of chill out, and I don't know why that is. Also, the red light of my nights is very creepy. It's blinking in and out. Oh, scary. Don't want food? No. Don't have any more room for anything. It's really handy to have the spawn point. Ah, grenades. Okay, let's just go back and sleep. So yeah, a lot of stuff has been happening since let's just start with the little bits that have been going on, because I've been incredibly inconsistent again since I came back from Iceland, which was all just bad luck really. Oh, it's Lily's night that I see glowing in the dark. This is Lily's house. She's making a double bed at the moment. And I couldn't be bothered to expand my house. I've got a tiny little nook of a house, so. But it's got very. I'm working on a walkway at the moment, but I like my entrance a lot. It's cool. It's very Jurassic Park meets Indiana Jones type thing. Oh, I don't have a fire. What the hell? Yeah, coming back from Iceland, I came back on the 17th of September. Then I caught a cold because I stupidly traveled without having a mask on, and of course I caught the first cold out there because the first cold in three years, and it hit me really badly. People were just coughing with open mouth, not, you know, catching their cough or anything in the plane, and it was lovely. It was just the aisle next to me. So I probably caught it from them. Luckily it was not COVID. I tested negative, which was great. So I was out of action with that. And then... You know, so much happened that I can't really... For those who don't know, my monthly cycle is really bad now. So usually it kind of takes me out for 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks a month, with PMDD, which is like extreme PMS, and then the pain and the exhaustion and the brain fog. And that hit me then. That was after the cold. Then I got the news that the shop that I live above, I basically kind of illegally used their roof for a garden. And I've had it for 5 years there, but suddenly they complained and asked me to remove everything on the roof. So there's a lot of big plants on the roof. And I did a lot of heavy lifting, probably more than I should, and suddenly I heard a rip in my back. Well, I felt a rip in my back, like, you know, when you tear duct tape, that kind of rip. That's what it felt like. It was absolutely horrendous. And I tore my back muscle. So then I couldn't do anything because of that, because I was in extreme pain. And it took it's finally healed now, but it took a full 2.5 weeks to get better. So there was all that kept on like keeping me from recording and streaming and uploading and doing all the things that I really wanted to do, working on the Iceland vlog, everything. And then just over a week ago, for those who don't know, I've got guinea pigs, and guinea pigs have always been a huge part of my life. Ever since I was a child, I think my neurodivergent brain just kind of latched on to guinea pigs, and they've always been like great emotional support to me, even though I'm a lot older now, but I still get a lot from my relationship with guinea pigs. I can't live without them. I tried, and it was the saddest couple of years of my life. And yeah, one of them had a lot of trouble. She was diagnosed with massive ovarian cyst earlier this year. She needed emergency surgery for that, otherwise she would have died because the cysts were so big. And she recovered really badly, like really slowly, had constant issues for about 6 months. And then she got better. She seemed to be happy, pain-free. Everything was working well. Her behavior was good. You know, everything seemed to be very promising. And suddenly, just over a week ago, she started losing weight, but very slowly. And she has been going up and down throughout the year, so I was not immediately panicked or anything. But then she started sleeping really deeply. And this was all over the course of maybe 5-6 days. And then she slept so deeply one day that she was thrashing in her sleep. You know when dogs or cats have dreams and you see them like kind of like thrashing around? Guinea pigs don't do that. They're really light sleepers usually. They take like micro naps because they're prey animals, so they can't really afford to have a deep sleep. The only time I've ever had guinea pigs sleep deeply on me was on me, or if they're not well. So I was really worried for her because she was thrashing so much that she was like moving her entire body off the little pillow that she was sleeping on at the time. I was like, this is not right. So called the vet, and went to the vet the next day, and she seemed very lethargic, but not more than I've seen since the surgery, like on and off. So again, it was like there's something going on, but I wasn't really sure. But then when she was at the vet, she was like lying down on the examination table and that kind of thing, and that's very unusual. Guinea pigs do not do that. And I was like, oh dear, she's a lot worse than I thought. And like this guinea pig, her name's Chew. She was named after a Shane Madej meme, Choo Choo Pickle Pie. If you know, you know. She was my buddy. She was my best friend. She was the one that I held when I was upset. She always calmed me down and cheered me up, and Oh, yeah, she was amazing. So, my biggest fear, of course, was losing her. She was only 3 years old. They say that guinea pigs live between 4 and 6 years, usually average around 5. And I've not had that luck recently. Oh, thank you, Virginia. Sorry. I've not really had any of that kind of luck. I've had really bad luck with guinea pigs. According to my vet, it's most likely because the genetic pool is watering down and there's too much inbreeding going on, and because I rescue my pigs, I don't know where they come from. Most of them are just products of people breeding them in the backyard or not neutering and spaying and just letting them do what they want to, and then hoarders, you know. I've had all sorts of backgrounds with my pigs. I don't know where I'm going. And that makes it extra hard. Hey, Jin Jin. Wee. I'm actually just kind of just running around, not doing anything that I need to do. Sorry. I should probably just place. I do need to cut some wood, so I'll do that. Still need to drink as well. Oh, I think I've got a canteen actually. Don't I? Yeah. Do I have 2? Oh, it's empty. Sorry, I just clicked on it and I didn't even realize it was empty. Also, what's really cool is that they, like, the updates, like, they do updates every 2 weeks or so, roughly. There's new recipes, and I made poison arrows, explosive arrows, fire arrows, and normal stone, and shock stone arrows as well, which is really cool. I like that. So, yeah. Excuse me. I guess I was facing the wrong way. These zip lines are amazing, by the way. They're very cool. You can go both ways, which is very useful. But yeah, I knew it was bad news when she was lying down at the vet. And then they took her temperature, and her temperature was 40.5 degrees Celsius, which is a fever for a guinea pig. I mean, they have higher body temp than we do, but that is too high. And I found out afterwards that... Why is it foggy? It's creepy. I found out afterwards that fevers are very rare in guinea pigs. It's usually bad news. Anyway, I also discovered like a small lump under her jaw before I went to the vet, which I thought was a lymph node. It felt like a swollen lymph node. I've had guinea pigs for so long, like my basic knowledge is pretty good. So I thought there was an infection going on, and that's why she was not feeling well and was a bit lethargic and wasn't eating as much as she should. Everything was pointing towards infection. Like maybe ear infection in an ear or whatever. So, discussed things with the vets, what the options were, decided to do an aspiration, which is basically when they take a really fine needle and take fluid out of the lump to see if that lump was lymph node or whether it was an infectious, like a cyst or an abscess or something like that. And for that they need general anesthetic because, you know, you need an animal to be very still for that kind of procedure. So I agreed to that, and when I took Chew home after that, she was very strange. Like, animals are always dopey when they've had general anesthetic. She was weird with it. Called the vet a couple of times. They just said, oh, sounds like she's just taking a little longer to recover. Just keep an eye on her, blah blah. 4 hours later, still not recovered, still not showing signs of getting better, still unable to walk. And then I called the vet again. They said, keep monitoring her. If she's still bad in an hour, then you should come down and we'll have a look. So at this point, she stopped being able to use her front legs at all. She was not interested in food, not interested in water, hadn't peed or pooped in the entire time. And I just knew it was bad. So she just felt hot to the touch, like really hot. And went to the emergency vet in the end, because this, of course, this always happens after hours. Like, my regular vet is open till 7, I think, and yeah, they said monitor for an hour. That made it 8, and then you go to the emergency vet, which is also 5 times as expensive. But you know, I love my animals. I would pay any price. I would pay any price to have Chew back. Seriously. I'm not even joking. If that meant that I'd have to pay it off for the rest of my life just to have her back, I would. That's how much they mean to me, and she was like extra special for me as well. For those who've been with the channel for a long time, she was even closer to me than Tanuki was, and Tanuki really broke my heart when she went 2 years ago. But yeah, I just knew it. Usually if I have to go to the emergency vet with any animal, it never ends well. I've been there 4 times now in total, awful 4 times. I had to let my animal go. So yeah, went to the emergency vet, and they looked at her and they were like, she was very flat. She was not reacting. She wasn't reacting to the car ride. Like, usually they're quite scared. She didn't react. She just went to sleep. And I'm surprised I'm not being attacked yet. Usually if I start up, the first thing I get is being attacked by Kniebles, but not this time. I love that. You can just throw them from any... Oh, maybe not that far. Maybe not in the water. I do like that you can still use the sled. In the water, I mean. I'm all over the place. I'm not, like, I'm better than I was, but I'm still not great. So yeah, the emergency vet was very lovely. I must send her a thank you at some point as well. It feels like it was so long ago, but it also feels like it hasn't happened at all, and it also feels like it just happened. It's so weird. Grief makes your brain very strange. But at least I can talk about it now, mostly, if I don't think about it too much. Because I may seem calm at the moment, but I'm actually just really numb, and I've just buried a lot of it. Like, one of the weird things is that I've lost a lot of my memories to do with her. And I guess that's just trauma response. You know, you bury what's making you upset. Because I was bad. But anyway, yeah, took her to the emergency vet, and They said that she was probably already experiencing Can I please? Is it because I'm swimming? Fine, I'll push you. At that temperature, they said that she was probably already experiencing some difficulty, like cognitive difficulties, maybe beginning of brain damage. And she took her away to have her checked out, and she came back and said that her temperature had gone from 40.5 to 43. Now 43 is lethal for people. Can you imagine what that does to a little pig? But I couldn't get a clear answer from them whether I should let her go at that point or try. So I said, well, do what you can, but as soon as you think that there's no hope at all, then give me a call. And they did at 2 o'clock in the morning, or it was 2:30 in the morning. They gave me a phone call saying she's suddenly gone really downhill. She can't use any of her legs except for one. She is probably gone in organ failure and is brain damaged. So that was that. And I don't think I've ever cried as hard and for as long as I have, as I do with her. So far for being calm. This is nothing actually. I was hysterical for a really long time. Like, she was still hugging me and squeaking for food literally the day before and giving me kisses, and she was a bit down, but I never expected that she would just die so quickly in a matter of half a day. I didn't cope. So I probably look a little rough as well. I've lost a lot of weight. The first week I didn't eat a lot. People had to give me food because I wasn't eating. I didn't want to do anything. I only drank water and slept and cried. And I also just want to say thank you to everybody who reached out and sent me presents and just tried to cheer me up and care packages. And at the time it fell on a numb heart, but afterwards I was really, really grateful, and I enjoyed the things that were given to me. And it did help, even if at the time I think it wasn't really doing much. It actually did help a lot, so thank you. And just being able to speak to friends every day and just go over things, and them hearing me out. And I also have a friend who is an exotics vet, who his expertise is rodents and lagomorphs, which is like rabbits and stuff like that. And I discussed Chew's case with him. I was like, I just need to know whether there's something I could have done I wasn't necessarily blaming myself this time around, because I usually do that, and he knows that I do that as well. So his first response was, there was nothing you could have done differently. Which was really nice to hear, but I really wanted to know the ins and outs, because I used to be an animal caretaker. I used to work at a zoo. I've worked in rescues. You know, I have that interest and that basic knowledge of like medicine and animal care and stuff like that. I probably have more than basic, but I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't say that I have extensive knowledge. Maybe with guinea pigs, because I've had them for so long, but you know, but I trust his opinion on everything 100%. He's such a good vet, but he doesn't do pets, so it's a real shame because I would feel so much more at ease if he was treating my animals. But yeah, I understand why not. It's really hard, you know, being a vet. I can only imagine what my vet must have felt after she recommended going through this procedure, and it almost looked like that caused it, but I know that's not what it was. But she must have felt awful. And she did actually call just before I started this vlog. She called up to say that what my friend said about what she went through, that's probably what happened. And yeah, she's just very sorry, and she just wanted to make sure that I still had trust in her abilities as a vet as well. Which is really nice. I'm not really playing, am I? I'm sorry. Let's get some wood. I don't want to cry, but it's hard because it's still so fresh. But yeah, I feel bad for her as well. I can only imagine. I think I want one here. And a little ramp. So yeah, he basically said, I won't go into all the details because, you know, there's a lot of medical terms and things going on, but he basically said that she probably had something incredibly serious going on that couldn't have been cured or treated. He says that because he's been a vet for, I don't know, I think at least 20 years. And he said that in all of his years working with small exotics, which is what guinea pigs are, they're an exotic animal, he's never, or he's very rarely seen guinea pigs with fevers, and then if they do have fever, it's usually lethal. Like the reason why they have one is, he said, it could be lung, it could be liver, so the liver failing. He said it could be a localized tumor. It could have been a brain abscess, because her cognitive behavior was a little bit weird. Even like the 2 days before I went to the vet, she seemed a little confused, like I had to remind her to eat and that kind of thing, which was very strange. But she was still eating reasonably well, so I don't know. But yeah, she most likely died of septicemia in the end, which is infection of the blood. When you have infection, whatever infection was going on goes into the bloodstream, and there's no coming back from that. As far as I know, even people can't be saved when they have full-blown septicemia. So and that was it, really. You know, that was the end of the story. But it made me feel better to know that I handled the way I should have. Because he even said with the slow decline in weight, He said he would have probably acted in the same time frame as I did and made the same decisions treatment-wise. And there was just nothing I could have done. And nothing my vet could have done, so I hope she feels okay about that. Well, she won't. She was already having a really bad day when I saw her initially for the appointment, because Chew was always... She was always everybody's friend, so even on that day when she was feeling, in hindsight, must have been feeling really awful, she was giving my vet kisses. And she was very grateful because she was having a really bad day. And then, you know, this happens. It's just not fair. I need more wood. I don't know if I want it this far out. I might make this into some firewood. Oh, I totally lost my train of thoughts, by the way. Yeah, I've been struggling, so I've been trying to get back to recording and doing household and, you know, normal stuff, but it's been really hard. Yeah, and I'm just really tired because I've not been looking after myself for so long. But the other hard thing about guinea pigs is that they're pack animals or herd animals. We're just social animals. I don't know what the term is actually. But they prefer company, so they get quite depressed when they're on their own. And my other pig, who was with Chew, excuse me, her name's Yue. And she was okay the first 2 days. I think she was just happy not to have an ill pig in the cage anymore. But then she got more and more quiet and subdued, stopped screaming for food, wasn't really coming out of her hides that much, wasn't really eating or drinking during the day. And I was like, oh, she's getting depressed. Because I see that every time there's just one pig left. I would love to have more, but I can't afford it right now. They're very expensive. Like Chew's treatment just for the emergency vet and the initial aspiration with the appointment that day was £800 altogether, I think. So, you know, I can't afford to. It took me so long to pay off her original surgery as well, which was earlier this year. That was in March. Oh, I need to eat. Not this. I don't know if I want to eat. So, yeah, I would love to have like 3 or 4. but I can't. So Yue was getting really down, and I needed to put my feelings aside and get another pig for her, which was a task and a half, I must say. I don't know what it is with rescues in this country, but, or at the moment anyway, but they were not coming back to me about potential pigs being available at all. And it was really hard because I was on a, like, I wanted to get a friend for UA pretty quick. It was already over a week, and I was like, I don't want her to waste away and make herself ill, because they can actually die of depression if it's really bad. And I don't want her to go downhill and lose her too, because I've had that in the past, where a pig was just so distraught by losing their cage mate that they make themselves ill and they die. Just super sad. Is the sun going down? Yes. I am surprised I'm not being attacked yet. What's up with that? So look at these effigies. He's got 2 feet on him. He's not listening. And this is a silent alarm, by the way. I still haven't seen it in action. I'm not sure what it does. Maybe I should have put the silent alarm elsewhere. I might rebuild it and put it like on the outskirts or something. I also kind of want to make it. You can make electric fences now, by the way. So I might make an electric fence to protect Calvin, because he's such a little precious boy over there. Get off my fish. I should probably put these back. So yeah, I oh, there's a dude there. I thought there would be a dude at some point. Are these babies? Oh, they are babies. Oh, that's what I heard. Oh no, come here, babies. Woo. Yeah, I need you to not destroy my base, please. Where's my spear? No. Am I crashing? Hello? Oh, there you go. That's hard, wasn't it? Babies! Oh! Get off. You're still alive? What the hell? Oh, look at him galloping. What an asshole. Oh, you're a different one. Ow. Well, what am I hearing? Oh, there. It's just a whole bunch of babies. Hello, you little shit. Can you stop taking my armor? I don't like that they have like a little death throw now. Oh, thank you, Virginia. You could have helped me with this. Oh, a fish! Thank you. What is that in the background? What is that? Is that another baby? Thank you. I don't want to come with you. I want to know what the fuck is crawling around. Yeah, it is another baby. I'm glad you get to see a little bit of action. And there's a blind guy as well. Ugh. Oh, 2 blind guys. I knew they'd come eventually. I want Virginia to go back into my base. She did that once. I don't know how. She's just walking around my house, which is great. But anyway, I had to find a companion. And I found a companion for UA eventually. Out of the blue, wasn't really expecting it. really cute little pig, little girl. I didn't really want another girl because I was so... Actually, when she died, I didn't want any pigs at all. I was so heartbroken. I said, this is the point where I give up. I'm not having any more guinea pigs after a lifelong relationship with them. Having been through so... Because this... With the new one, that is pig 19. So I've had 19 pigs, with 2 being alive still. So that's a lot of pigs, you know? I was like, Chew's just broken me beyond compare, and I can't do this anymore. I really didn't want any more pigs, but because of Yue, I was like, well, I'm not going to rehome her. I love her. I'm not going to give her up. I never give up on my animals, no matter what the situation, unless it was like really dire and, you know, I became homeless or something and I needed to rehome them for that reason. But oh, 2 logs are down now, I just saw. Yeah. So I had to, like I said, had to push my own feelings aside and do what's best for Yue, and that was get another pig in the house. She's gone really well. I introduced them yesterday, and again, for those who don't know, guinea pigs are, they have a hierarchy. So they have a leader and ranking order, and I hope that the pig that I decided on eventually, because I almost didn't take her, submissive enough so she would, you know, be submissive to Yue, and then Yue could be the leader of the tiny group. And that's what happened, basically. I've had a lot of introductions over the years, gone really, like, spicy at times. Oh. What the fuck? You know, fighting and teeth chattering and chasing each other and bites. The usual rule is if you introduce pigs in a neutral environment and there's no blood drawn within the first 2 hours, you should be fine. But I always say play it by ear, because every pig is different, and I just knew by new pig whose name is Ginkgo after Mushishi, because she's got only a black spot on one side of her face and all the rest of her is white. For those who know, it's my all-time favorite anime, and his background story was very fitting. So yeah, Ginkgo was very submissive, and that's exactly what I needed in a pig. So there was almost no negative reaction at all. There was a little bit of Yue making sure that she knew who was boss, which is fine, but there was no biting. There was one hiss. Yes, guinea pigs hiss. They usually do that when they're really pissed off. They do with their mouths open as well. They go it's both terrifying and super cute. The little fur balls thing, they're so ferocious, which they can be, to be honest. If you've seen guinea pigs fight for real, it's terrifying. But yeah, I just knew it was gonna go really well, and it has. No problems at all. They've cheered each other up, basically. Yue came out of her shell. She started popcorning, which is something that guinea pigs do when they feel extreme happiness. The new pig, Ginkgo, was popcorning everywhere. And they just spent 15 minutes popcorning after I put them together in the cage. And usually when I do introductions, it's well over a week before I even put them together, but because I split the cage in 2, so Ginkgo was in one and then Yue was in the other side. and there was just no negativity there at all. And I had them on the sofa together a couple of times, and then I put Yue in on Ginkgo's side to see what would happen. Nothing happened, so I was like, okay, so if I then clean the entire cage and like I got everything new as well. I wanted to get rid of everything that reminded me of Chew, unfortunately. So her hide, I buried her in her hide actually, which was like a stuffed crocodile little bed, and so she is in that in a plant pot in my bedroom with a really nice plant on it. That's how she got buried. And yeah, so all new fleece, new hay box, new hides, everything. I was just like, I don't want anything that overly reminds me of her. I just want everything fresh, and that really helped as well, because then you take the scent away from the previous pig, and yeah, it's a neutral environment, so Yue doesn't feel like she's being invaded, and it went so good. I've never seen such a smooth introduction in all of my years that I've had guinea pigs. They really were just friends from the start. But again, that really helps because Yue wasn't really that dominant when she was still with Chew, and Ginkgo is very submissive, so that helps. It's all about personalities. So yeah, I had to kind of not move on, but like my friend Grace said very wisely, move forward faster than I wanted to. I wanted to just wallow and be miserable and, you know, the usual grief things. But guinea pigs always find a way to uplift me even when I'm not ready yet, and Ginkgo has definitely made a positive impact. As well as speaking to my friend about everything, who's very knowledgeable, as well as just hearing about of my vet agreeing with him, and just I don't know what was wrong with you, but it must have been something horrendous. So I'm glad it didn't last long, even though losing her in half a day out of nowhere to me was one of the hardest blows that I have ever had owning a pet. Usually you see it coming, usually you see it wind down properly. You know, like with Tanuki, she was going downhill over the course of 2 weeks, so I knew it was coming. The other pig that I lost suddenly was Kozo and Bao. Bao was last year, and he was only 1.5, and she was only 3. Bao was even like that was just bad luck, but I won't go into that right now. It was basically something that couldn't be removed with operation, and without the operation being successful, he had no chance of surviving. It was just all very unfair. It's just been a lot of bad luck, you know? So that's why I've not been around for about a week or so. Sorry, this gameplay is not very interesting. I remember last time I did a vlog like this, which was the old forest. I was just building a wall and talking. So, but I still think it's better than just sitting and talking to the camera. I don't know. It feels a little... It feels like I can't get as much out of my head as I do when I play and talk about stuff. Oh, you're just falling down. So yeah, things have been really hard and different, and too many changes going on, and it's just one thing after another. But I always say I hope things get better from now on, but you kind of start to wonder sometimes whether it's not going to for a while. This year was really rough. Last year was super rough. A lot of loss, a lot of, you know, death, and just general horribleness. And I think that's why this hit me so hard as well, because she, like, for those who don't know, I lost my grandmother last year. I lost my stepmother last year. I lost Bao, which was one of my guinea pigs. Lost an aunt and an uncle, and it was just, it just kept going, you know. And Chu was the one who pulled me through all that. For those who have a really close bond with their animals, you know what I mean. You know, they're your best friend. I've always had more of a bond with animals than people, and they mean everything to me. They're literally my world, and I don't think I could live if there was no animals in my life at all. And she pulled me through all that, and then it's just unfair. I can pull her through, even though it was out of my hands. Yeah, I was gonna record something else today, because I was like, it's been so long, I should just do something more interesting, and I'm sorry, I still don't mentally feel up to it. I can do this because I know the forest really well. Me and Lily play it often, and it's just something I am so familiar with that it calms me down and relaxes me. And I made someone laugh with that, because they're like, you find it relaxing to play a game where you get attacked by cannibals and and mutants and stuff like that? It's like, yeah, don't ask me why. You know, any other game, like, put me in an FPS and I'll be stressed all the time, but here it's like, I don't know, it's just melee heaven. And also just bow and arrows and crafting and survival and shit. I just love it. It's the same with the Long Dark, you know, but this is more relaxing. Can't wait for the final chapter of the Long Dark to come out. But yeah, so things have been going on. I'm sorry if I've been rambling. I don't think I really said what I wanted to say, but I'm also extremely tired today. So I hope I kind of made a little bit of sense. But I'm hoping that soon I'll get back to like normal uploads, and hopefully tomorrow I'll go back to streaming again. Still got Skyrim to do, and Observation Duty, Hard Mode, and there's several other games that I want to play as well on stream that will be fun. Like Bug Snacks, I haven't played that yet. And it looks so cute. Yeah, it's just life, man. I'm gonna cut this up for firewood. Where'd it go? Oh, it's already burned all the firewood. What the hell? The fuck? No. Come on, do it. So yeah, a lot of changes, and a lot of grief again, and a lot of not being able to do what I want. What the hell? Excuse me? I thought it gave me the option, yeah. Oh, there you go. Can I put more on? No. Okay, then I'll put you here. Yeah. Nice. I should really expand my house. And also, for those who've sat through this the entire time, because I'm gonna have this unedited, thank you so much for listening and just hanging out and watching me flail around and not really doing much. Like I said, I'm not really all there yet. I'm still very distracted and bereaved. But I'm getting there. At least, you know, I'm eating again and looking after myself and doing that kind of thing. But I would like to know whether, because there's been like actually let me do this the other way around, because there's been a gap again. I would like to know. Ah, perfect. Whether you would like me to continue on Verloren Verstand, which was one of the games that I was playing and struggling with a little bit, but if y'all really want to see it, I am happy to continue that. How far did I put that? Okay. Alright. So I can play that. Oh, it's too far away. And I still got Alice to do as well. If you want to see the rest of Alice Madness Returns, please let me know. Then I will play that too. And then we can finish that up. I don't think I have much more to go with that. And I think those are the only two that are unfinished at the moment. Alice Returns and Verloren Verstand. Oh, Stories Untold. Yeah, let me know if you're still enjoying that. I quite liked. I loved the first one. The second one was okay. It was a little bit frustrating, but the overall story was interesting. But there's 2 more stories to go, so let me know if you want to see those. And if you have any other requests of games you'd like to see, then let me know as well. And then we'll just pick it back up, and I'll try my best as always. But yeah, thank you so much for your patience and understanding and kindness and love and everything. I've had so many messages and so many, like, even from people I wasn't expecting any messages from. It was very, very nice, and it did make a difference. Even though I was hurting so bad, I was numb to it, but subconsciously it did make a big difference. So thank you so much for that, and I appreciate it a lot, and I appreciate y'all a lot. So I'm working on getting back to doing what I love, and hopefully I'll see you around then. Thank you so much as always, and I'll see you when I see you.